I'm going to make a drawing of an eye. It's a very colorful eye, but I'm only using gray graphite pencil, so you don't see much coloring. Adjusting the camera a little bit. I found this picture on Pixabay, which I find a nice site to get copyright-free photographs that I can use for this purpose. So if you want to practice and you are looking for source material, you can find it there. I drew the outlines, very sketchy, and now I am refining the outlines, adding some darker hatchings. Can you call this a hatching, by the way? They are too close to each other to really function as a hatching. I think it's more an area that I make darker. So the pupil, and I'm gradually working up this eye. So I want the highlight and the pupil to be expressive. So when there's an expressive eye, then I can go further with other areas. So in drawings of people, I want the eyes to be expressive as quickly as possible. So it is a motivation to go further with the drawing. Still adjusting a little bit more. I could cut these things out, but I'm a bit lazy in that. I just let them in. And I'm adding some detail here. That's, what is it? The upper eyelid. Make it darker here and there. Tonal value is very important, getting the white of the eye also darker. You cannot leave it white because it's quite dark there. The eye has a round shape, including the white of the eye, so as the skin has a certain shadow side, the white of the eye needs to go darker as well on the left there. As you can see, accentuating the eyelashes. This is the general form that I make darker. Accentuating the upper eyelid. The eyelashes on the lower side of the eye. Making the iris a little bit darker. There's a little lighter area in the iris that I'd like to keep a little bit lighter as well. Tear duct. And as I progress, more of the eye gets worked out. Here I'm adding tonal value. So the eye is, by adding tonal value, the eye gets placed into a context more. Something of the skin is suggested. Here I'm trying to get a little bit of the eyelashes, a little bit of hair suggestion. So when you draw an eyelid, you have the general form. So you have this dark area which is the eyelid. But you have also these individual hairs that stand out a little bit. So it's a trick to not overdo it, but to suggest these hairs to, you know, to get some accentuations here and there. So you have these hairs that stand out a bit. I'm refining a little bit here and there. Adding some skin tone. Refining the upper eyelid. And now on that side of the eye, I want the skin a little bit darker. So the eye gets more of a context. It's not an isolated eye then. Well, it is only one eye that I'm drawing, but by adding some gray tones in the area around it, you get a suggestion of an eye that's actually placed into a face. I just darkened the upper eyelid a bit as well. And you get also a little bit of composition in the extent to which you draw the surrounding skin tones. So do you add a certain accentuation on the upside or down of the eye? When you look at the eye as a whole, as what I'm drawing, it's a sort of area on the paper, and that has a form. So that can be a pleasing form as well. In general, as a compositional thing, that is a consideration. So, how much of the skin do you draw, and is there a certain form that you put into that? So you get a pleasing area of drawing on the white paper. So here I'm adding some more tonal value, and that's really making it a more pleasing image in general, because it's all very subjective how much of the skin you actually draw, but that's how a composition can be made of it. You could almost consider it, approach it as a sort of abstract composition in that respect, what the general shape is of this drawing. And this is the final result. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe or comment if you like this. Thank you.